All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Real Stocks. Welcome to Stock Market Talk. And trying to make some money in this market. Trying to grow that retirement account. Either or. It's up to you. If you guys remember, BLFS, one of my favorite stocks going back here for the past, since I found it about a week ago. Really, really like this stock. Really like what it does. Having a monster day yesterday. Just a super monster day. Look at that. Perfect. Just one of those perfect days that you wish you would have caught, and there it is right there. What up, Blay? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Spread the word. Not enough people in here. For some reason, the audience for stocks is not near the same as it is for crypto, and that's a little bit of a shame. What's up, Brandon? Hey, guys. Yeah, so we ended up yesterday in a okay spot. So here's the NASDAQ. As you can see, it was a little green. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was yesterday. Keep forgetting about futures. This is today. This was yesterday. We actually came up out and failed back into this diamond top area. So this is, stocks take a little while to play off. If this was Bitcoin, these three bars would have happened in about 6 hours. That's how fast this market is. I kind of view with stocks and crypto, I view the crypto 2-hour chart is like the stocks daily chart almost. Almost. But you can see here we've actually, I didn't notice this until just now. We've closed at this level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row now. 5 trading days in a row right near that same level, which is 73.83, excuse me. You see right there, just extreme opens and closes in the same area. Not quite sure if that's accumulation or distribution. Guess we'll find out. So you can see over here the market kind of opens and closes, all over the place. But not right here. Very, very tight action. That's usually more positive than negative. Usually it's very wide in a top, and this isn't necessarily wide. If you zoom out, this is pretty tight action. So this is pretty wide action. Then we started getting tighter, and now we're getting tighter still. Hopefully popping up out of that. We'll have to wait and see there. But the market's acting healthy. We saw a lot of stocks move a lot yesterday. And we saw, the past couple of days, we've seen quite a few on my list here move quite a bit. Yeah, that's probably it too, Brandon. And they'll learn. They'll learn. Unfortunately, it's going to cost them a lot of money. But cryptos are a great market. But there's a thing about, I don't know. There's something about trading stocks. Probably just because I've been doing it for so long that really endears me to them. But there's also something that says that, the millennial generation, which I really don't like pigeonholing people like that. That the people from that generation really got hurt by the 2008, 7-8 financial crisis and moved into crypto. And so that really could be what it is too, is the fact that everyone thinks the stock market's rigged, this and that. And they do play games, but there's rules to the game that you can learn. Anyway, 15 minutes left. Let's get to it. Let's check out the pre-market movers. Let's see what IBD has to say. Pull this in here. Territory stock futures dip. 2 retail stocks to I breakouts. What retail stocks are IM breakouts? Advancing energy issues. We've got a few energy names on our watch list too. The main problem with the stock market is knowing what to get. And I was looking at that yesterday as I was watching all these stocks go up that I had no positions in. I'm like, why is this happening? Because last go around I had all my money in the moving stocks. I'm trying to figure out what the main difference is. There's too many options. Allergan slips. Oil prices rallying on hopes for steep drop in U.S. What do you mean hopes? I don't like hope. Not while investing. All right, let's look at some of those oil names. And let me look at the pre-market movers. What the hell? I put all of these in my pre-market movers. Hold on a second. I need to figure this bookmark thing out because I'm shoving stuff in bookmarks and they're just disappearing. Yesterday I put a bunch of things in the pre-market mover screen and all that. I put it. Oh, maybe I didn't. Damn it. NASDAQ. There we go. All right, let's look at the NASDAQ stuff. Then we'll look at the pre-market movers. So NAVG is moving. Zynga. Eli will be happy about Zynga. PLAB, Momo. Momo is one of ours. It's up 6%. Momo is, okay, $43. So it's up here. It's right about there. That could be a pretty good little gap. So that's Momo right now. And we've got Urban Outfitters up 5% in a flat base, which is really nice. After Coors has already broken out. Coors has already broken out. Makes sense. Urban Outfitters. And Urban Outfitters is not on the list. Somehow it's there, but somehow it's not. Okay, there we go. $50.25. So gapping up into highs. Right about there. So that's not bad for Urban. Urban, so earnings are here. Good little flat base, little consolidation, gorgeous. In a sector that's moving, which is retail. Stocks are all about sectors. They like to move, the money likes to move together. Money doesn't like to move alone. We don't need lonely money. No one needs lonely money, let alone people in the stock market. All right, so we've got NAVG, Zynga, Momo, Urban, Credit Suisse, TVIX. Lots of volume down here. What? Okay, that's doesn't look very good. PFPT, CAMT, UXIN, OPHT, E. And we already saw PLAB. That's pre-market movers so far here. At least for the NASDAQ, not really doing so great. Let's go to the other one. Pre-market movers. NASDAQ, the stock market watch. Here we go. Okay, now I'm putting you in my bookmarks. Choose another folder. Trading. Save. Thank you. NASDAQ. Favorite. Trading. Save. Okay, now they're in my favorites. Cool. All right, what do we got here? We got Cone. When do I have to check different lists? Is because the market has different exchanges, and they're all checking different exchanges. EXAS, FCSC, LZB, NEWA. Oh, there's Lazy Boy. We noticed Lazy Boy yesterday. If you guys remember that. Now it's at $39. Holy shit. $39.30. Wow, right there. Gapping up 18%. Was earnings yesterday? 820. Oh, that's why earnings were yesterday. So here's that beautiful long base, guys. Here's that beautiful long base that we were looking at yesterday on Lazy Boy. I know it's a lot of stocks. I know it's a lot to keep track of, but you kind of have to. It's your job. So kind of a really long flat basing area right ever since this top. And it's been kind of working in this range. The option premiums were really small. I actually did not notice the earnings were yesterday. Kind of having this, see how it got wide? It's been wide and then it just got tight. This is the 2018 year mark. I'm now on the weekly chart. 2018. That's this hash mark. This is 2019. So, almost 3/4 into this year, we have a much tighter range than we did previously. We're just kind of chopping around. This would have looked pretty bullish as well. But this was several years ago. But gapping all the way up here, that's a tough one. Not sure if that's a breakout. We'll have to see what the earnings are like. Let's go check La-Z-Boy and IBD. As a lazy boy, I like to check IBD because it's easy. And 79 composite rating. So IBD's composite rating is basically a scale of 1 to 99 if they're outperforming 99% of the stocks or 1% of the stocks. And they're outperforming 79% of the stocks, so that's not bad. Let me bring it in the screen here. So here's your composite rating. Industry group rating 1 to 97. 19 is good. 1 is the best. 19 is the 19th best out of 197, so that's pretty good. 86% EPS change last quarter. Some lackluster numbers here within the earnings quarter surprise. Sales change not too great. Don't imagine La-Z-Boy is going to be the best. ROE 14%. Pre-tax margins not great at 8%. Oops, didn't mean to click that. 1.7 billion market capitalization. 4 quarters of increasing funds ownership in stock. Not too bad. Oh, here we go. They're in an article today, a little bit ago. Where's La-Z-Boy? La-Z-Boy. Earnings rose 62%. Revenue climbed 8%. The best top-line growth in 9 quarters. As expected, EPS of 25 cents on sales of 367 million. Yeah, blasting beyond a 34-35 buy point. So there's not a whole lot. I don't know if you can do a whole lot in La-Z-Boy. I mean, I guess you could, but for a stock that's been so, I won't call it lackluster, but it hasn't had a lot of movement, it's really difficult to say it's just going to blast off. It's not like La-Z-Boy is a recent IPO. It's been around for a very long time. You guys know La-Z-Boys from your grandparents, great-grandparents maybe even. So it's just one of those. May I just have to let that one go. Okay, let's get back to pre-market movers. LZB looks like 4th on our list. New A. Ooh, not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. Although I don't know, it's down so far. It's at 1070 right now, so it's up here. You can sometimes get nice bounces, but other times, look at here, it doesn't bounce at all. So it's best to just avoid those ones. If you want to gamble, go to Vegas. This is a business. Keys. Keys is one we have looked at before. Been looking at here for a minute. See the trend line I had drawn here? Looks like that's been extended out as such. Looks like earnings just came out and Keys is at 69.50. Wow, way above. Look familiar? Gap on earnings. Look familiar? So 69.50. We're way the hell up here on Keys. So not much to do with Keys. It could move a little bit more. Sometimes they move without you. IVAC, PSTG. Bouncing there. PLAB again. We saw Lake. Not sure if we saw Lake, but there's Lake. Hall. PBS. Don't think it's the PBS we're thinking of. Invesco Dynamic. Whatever that means. NAVG. That's not my NAVG, is it? I don't think that's my NAVG. And Zynga and BIT is up 9%. Okay, so that's a little bit of a difference in the Chinese stocks. And it looks like they had earnings. Yep, before market earnings. And let's take a peek. They are at 22.75. So nice little gap up. Could potentially get moving out of here. So we have the low. Actually way over here. And then a 1, 2, 3, 4. A very low area at this $20 level. It's at 22.75. So that may not be a bad place to try to get involved. However, you can see here it stayed near these lows for a long time after a prior large downtrend. You can see the moving averages coming down like this. So I don't know how you don't have a great expectation, even though it is at a low level. I mean, you may get a little run here from 20 to 30, and that's a great run. But Toll moved up yesterday, blah. We'll check that out real quick. But Toll already moved yesterday on earnings. We'll check it out here in a second. But yeah, so even down on these lows, you don't really have an expectation for it to move up. That's why I like these stocks that are poking towards highs and running after they form bases here, like BLFS did. That's why we like those. Let's check out Toll again. Toll yesterday had a great day. I think it was tops on my list. As a matter of fact, look at that volume. Guys, we saw this from the open and just rallied greatly throughout the day. Up a tremendous amount. Volume was off the charts. Like quite literally, it makes the rest of this volume look negligible. And so here's the last time we had a huge volume pop. You can see actually it consolidated all the way down. Let's get this out to the weekly. So that's a very, very well-defined downtrend. This one was kind of a fall. This was a well-defined downtrend. Didn't spend a lot of time at the bottom, so maybe it consolidates for a while. But yeah, you can see there it very well-defined channel. So we'll see what happens here on Toll Brothers, but the bottom may be in with that type of volume. At the same time, it's not. It's better to wait for a base of some kind. So if we move up and form a base, which could take weeks, but that's why you have these watch lists for the things that move. And there's Toll that we put there yesterday on our watch list. All right, so 2 minutes to the open. We got the NASDAQ over here. And these are the NASDAQ futures. Again, these trade basically 24 hours a day. I think they're closed for I think it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I forget what it is. But you can see right there we're doing okay. And closing, opening right here within this general range that we've been in. So looks like we're going to move out of this diamond top area without much movement, which is, I don't know, probably good, to be honest with you. Market's been running for quite a while. It needs as much rest as it can get. Sorry, rubbing some of the sleep out of my eyes here, guys. Bear with me. Big stretch. Beautiful morning here in Phoenix, Arizona. Like it. All right, 1 minute left. Get ready, guys. Get ready to do nothing for the first 30 minutes of the market. Basically, via the rules of kind of some of the rules of investing, you really shouldn't be trading at all during the first 30 minutes. But we've seen some really good moves here coming out of some of these bases and some of these market movers. So speaking of which, let's bring those market movers back up. What were the ones we were looking at? We were looking at Keys was up huge. We saw BIDA. We saw Lazy Boy. That's up 18% already. I don't know if you can. Cone is up 33% to 950. Way up there. Looks like this is an Asian company or something. We'll see if IBD has them. Being up 30% is pretty aggressive. 39% composite rating. Oh, and we have a market open. A lot of red on the screen. Cron down 2%. Run for the hills. Urban Outfitters. We saw Urban and Momo gapping higher. Oh, yeah, this was one of the ones we liked. We liked Urban. We liked Momo. We're already in Cores, which is doing good today, up 0.4% again. Moving up out of this base. So here's one of those declines right here. Then we broke out, we based, and you have a number of times to buy it. There's the big pop. See it reversed, and you could have bought right there. That's a little bit more of a safe entry. Urban Outfitters continuing higher here at 51.39 after opening at 50.42. Doing very well. And Momo, declining trend line there. We opened right there. Pretty gappy as of late, as a matter of fact. You can see the rush to get it here breaking the trend line so soon. SNCR, ANFI, SLCA, Whiting Petroleum here, one we've been tracking here for a while, gapping up higher than this. That's really good. No earnings to speak of, just good news. You know, people waiting for the oil prices to go up due to some inventory numbers, which is what that article that we read said. Volume here, not very aggressive. A little intrigued by that. Looks like they got their fill earlier, but you think they would want more. They always want more. More. And it looks like we already skewed more to the green side than we have to the red side. We took some back. NVGS, that's what I thought we were earlier in NVGS. And it looks like it's about to cross my alert level. So I don't have a plan set up for Urban. I think I actually have one for NVGS. And I deleted it. I did have one set at one point. God damn it. I hate that. So annoying. So here's a beautiful little, here's one of those declining channels. Why does this take so damn long to move? Just fucking do what I want you to do. So here's one that came all the way down, had a trend line, not doing a whole lot, has an inverted head and shoulders here. And there's our target. I mean, it's way up here. I don't think we're going to jump up like that, but maybe out for a couple of years, which I don't have a couple of years. I'm going to move on. That just pissed me off. I hate when I can't. It doesn't show me what I want. Your job is to make my life easy, not a bitch. I wanted to look at Match here, top of my list today. Workday also, another one that we've been really hounding here. A lot of these stocks working really good here, guys. Market's very healthy. So FIVN doing good, Core's doing good, Twilio doing okay, Twitter doing okay, Garmin doing okay. Garmin's still trying to break out from this cut base, just hanging out up here. And down here we've got here, TMS, Shutterstock, Fizz, Control 4, all basing a little bit, just kind of pausing, nothing crazy. MyGen, after a big run up, coming up towards all-time highs here, at least very recent highs. SNCR, Restoration Hardware doing what we expected it to do. BLFS up another 2% today. Looks like just coming into the highs of yesterday. Actually poking over that, you can see the bubbles on today's candle. And Stitch Fix up 3% as well. Damn it. Got these stupid things too close to each other. Stitch Fix actually breaking out right there into highs. Let's look at that thing. That one had earnings a while ago. You can see right there. Very good recent IPO. What's our 20% on this? Oh, it's already at it. It's already at 20%, and then it pulled all the way back and then continues to go. I don't know if we can take a measured move out of this or not. Take us up another 20%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that may be considered a base on base pattern. Oh, damn it. 42. Yeah, it's not even worth it at all. Every option is garbage. Just too much here. Just too much. Too much good. Too much good in Stitch Fix. This is a great story. It's a great company. Recent volume introduction. You can see right here. Pretty stupid not to buy it, to be quite honest with you. Retail play, it's in a sector that's doing well. What do I got here? Not much at all. Like, I'm pretty much fully invested. And but Stitch Fix is just making moves, man. I like that. Restoration Hardware. Alright, I'm opening up a spreadsheet. Alright, gonna put in my options spreadsheet. Stitch Fix pausing for right now. Keep going, cores. I need you up at 8,000 stat. Don't know if that's happening. Alright, most of the red gone away from my my actual watch list here for stocks I'm interested in. And doing okay. Mitch, Twitter, doing good. Finally. Still not completely out of that bear flag yet, but it looks like it's working its way. Still could fail at any time. But volume yesterday was pretty healthy. It also had a not too much selling at all. Actually, wasn't too bad. So there's new. We got Beta moving up. MyGen. Oh, new moved up again. Urban Outfitters still at the top. Looks like moving a little more after its big gap. We got Momo. Broke down. Where was that channel that I saw? Roku's still working good. Looks like it's trying to actually break out. Good volume over here. Very good volume over here. I would expect Roku. I expect good things from Roku. I just had a very beautiful EC I've been interested in for a while as well. It's kind of been on my radar. It's an oil stock. Darn it, it's not here. Ooh, WHD. What is that? Cactus. Oh, this is oil as well. Recent ICO, very nice base here. If oil gets moving, this thing could rocket. Right about there. Early entry point. Here's your traditional entry point. Up here towards 37.6 as a matter of fact. I gotta keep. Damn it. Risk management. Okay, so I'm going to have movers, already moved, looking to move, basing. Okay, so we're going to italic, bold, and all that shit. Alright, so basing. Cores, WHD. Twitter, NASDAQ looking pretty healthy up here, 0.15%. We need to really break out of this range. I think taking out this high from yesterday is probably going to be what finally moves us higher. Subsequently, this low probably will be what takes us lower, so we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Bloom Energy. So you can see here, it pulled back. Here's the IPO. You know, hopefully you guys now know about Bloom Energy. Actually went through the website twice with everyone. Here's the IPO. Here's where it stopped, 29.88. So that's your new buy point. 29.88 is the new buy point. When it breaks through that, we should have a good reaction. And similar to this situation, you buy here after it stops, then you buy again here. Notice it kind of respected that level. That can be good. Love Bloom Energy. It's fantastic. You know what? I wonder if I can get stock quotes in Google Sheets. Good idea, Randy. Stock quotes info in Google Sheets. Google Finance. How to track stock data in Google Sheets with Google Finance. There you go. The 52-week low. That's pretty much what I want. I want the 52-week high. And yeah, I'm going to make a little spreadsheet here because I need to catalog these things. There's so much in my skull that it's hard to look past the wall of information. All right, so Google Finance. So we're going to add on. I've got Crypto Finance. Let's get Google Finance. What up, Eli? I'm finally starting a spreadsheet. Mainly for me, but I can invite you to it. And it looks like they have Google Finance has a thing. It's just too much. I used to not do it in this fashion when I was not live streaming with my stock trading, so it's a little different trading like this. Can use the equals Google Finance. So this is what I'm looking at doing. I think what I want to do is put the 52-week high up there. I want to derive some information based off of that. And then I can categorize them into pullbacks, into breakouts, and then I can place levels I'm interested in and look at everything all at once. Is what I think I'm looking at here. Man, you can graph stuff, price to earnings ratio, which no one cares about. Done. Okay, cool. So we returned to the red a little bit. We got TMS down 1.125%, Fizz down about 0.5%, TTMI, Regeneron, slowly murdering my soul, Regeneron. Cron down 5%. Maybe potentially a good time to get into Cron here coming up. Good low volume pullback so far. This is going to be a high volume situation. So Cron doing good. Let's see what's moving here. So DDD coming down 2% after a big run. Look at that big run in DDD. Went from 16 to 21. That's a huge move. That's 31% in like 2 weeks. That's a lot. And pulling back here a little bit. Definitely warranted. UBNT, ZTO. There's ALK. We were looking at airlines a little bit earlier, Eli. There's ALK on a pullback after dividend, after earnings. TMS, one we're tracking. Carvana finally having a couple of red days after a very good breakout after earnings. Sometimes it's fun to go from the bottom up instead of the top down. You can find a bargain on a pullback. Was that Save I saw? Looking really nice. There's Save. That's Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines. Pretty good one, actually. Baba Cyber. CYBR, we were looking at that for a minute. Where'd you go? Come on. There you go. Put in a weird pattern, gapped up. Looking like kind of a rising channel wedge type of a situation. See what ends up happening there. Urban up 9%. Still maintaining that and still moving. So, I mean, pretty far. It's a little far out from an entry point. Is Fizz a good pullback? Let's take a look at that. Fizz pulled back yesterday, actually. Started it. Oh, it just moved on me. What's going on? Okay, there we go. So, yeah, these are small moves, Eli. Yeah, well, all they care about is money. What do you expect? Yeah, so far I think that is a good pullback in Fizz. Let's see where I drew this line from. It's not super apparent. TGT, that's Target, right? Let me just move it over here to my main window. So Target actually has a cup and handle base right here, and his breakout point was over here. Oh, there we go. So here's kind of a cup with a handle, actually kind of a cup and then another small little base, and then moving higher. I think Target's going to be fine. It's not going to give you 100% returns right now, probably not for the next 2 or 3 years, but you could get a double out of Target in a number of years. I don't know. You can see when it tends to rally. Let's go to the weekly chart, which surmises 3 years worth of data. It doesn't really it's hard to buy Target at highs. You can see it likes to pull back quite significantly. There's a couple of longer term trends. There's a trend line there at those lows. There's a trend line here at this intermediate term level bouncing back. I'd rather kind of buy it towards that trend line than I would well above that trend line. You're more likely to have a pullback. But it is breaking out here, in recent highs. That is good news, but it's such a big company. It's not going to have the massive growth rates that you expect out of a growth company, and you kind of have to break stocks into different different business models. So, or more about how the larger investors view the stocks. You've got the value plays, which are large established companies that have been around for a long time, maybe growing, maybe not. Target would probably go into one of those value plays. Then you've got kind of the longer term growth companies, which doesn't happen very often. They're few and far between, and that's where the value people really want to be. That have good growth but are well established. Then you have the growth cycle companies, which are new, like Fizz is a growth cycle company. This is where you have the huge movements. Like I track a lot of those. Like Match is a growth cycle company. You see the movements they have. BE is a recent ICO, and then I clicked on Shutterstock. Not sure if that's a growth company. That's pretty well established. Control 4 is a growth company from 10 to 35. That right there kind of shows you growth. Target is not a growth company, so you're not going to get the growth company movements out of an older established stock. Typically, it doesn't work. They do run every once in a while, and that's good for those value investors. But we can't be involved in all 5,000 stocks, and you got to pick your poison. And I tend to avoid larger stocks, larger established stocks like Target. I mean, it's brick and mortar. It's hard for them to ramp up production 50% because they'd have to open like another 1,000 stores. So while it may move, there's some trades you have to let go. I think you let that one go. Did you get my message yesterday about people leveraging by going into slow movers, stable stocks with high dividend after getting out of more risky stocks? That's my read why airlines move. Yeah, I did. It was a message. Yeah, I think, did I respond to it? I thought I responded to it. I'm looking at our private chat there, Eli. Oh, yeah, your very, very last message. No, yeah, I looked at it. I did see it. I didn't quite understand. From what I gathered, people are moving from these growth companies into dividends and slow movers. Why? I have no idea. It's still kind of, it's still a growth market. Like, there's nothing. What's not growing about the economy? I had 4% growth last month. What's not growing about the economy? So, that's fine. I'm not looking into that. They're not gonna. Those growth people the value people, they will kind of buy those companies, but they're not super aggressive about it. The people that buy growth companies are very aggressive. That's what this is aggressive buying. You don't go from 15 to 30 in like 8 months without aggressive buying. So why we see slow movers move? Well, you always see slow movers move, and it is a function of people looking for value in the market. It is a function for that, and it goes by market sector, and that's why it's called sector rotation, is what it is. So money comes out of oil into tech, out of tech into airlines, out of airlines into oil or whatever. It just completely rotates around by sector. All right, I'm gonna get to kind of back to building that spreadsheet there. In with Lincoln View. All right, Eli, if you go to Slack, I'll give you a link to this spreadsheet. This is my general option spreadsheet, if you remember, that we built. What do you call it? Stock Shed. We built Stock Shed on, so I'm gonna try to put my watch list in there. I'm gonna try to do some other sorting as well, and some information gathering, stuff like that. I need to get more organized. Flying by the seat of my pants bullshit ain't working. It's not working. I've already missed too many movers. No, it's not for fundamentals. This is just this is basically a big watch list, like a current watch list though. So ones that have longer term bases that I'm looking at. So there's already moved, like Coors is already out of a buy point. Control 4 is looking to move. So Control 4 is looking to move. It hasn't fully broken out yet. This is your breakout point, believe it or not. Even though we've been tracking this for a while, it still hasn't quite broken out yet. So like Match here is technically looking to break out. So you can see, you can put Match under looking to move. You can put BE under looking to move, which I think I already have. FIVN, which has already moved. Just stuff like that. If it's around a buy point, it's kind of looking to move. SSTK. Still looking to move. It's not completely out of the buy point yet. By area, if you will. They all have buy points, so except for Basing. Basing doesn't really have a buy point. All right, what's going on so far? Almost 30 minutes into the session. We've got Urban Outfitters. Let's get out of this weekly view for this one. Urban Outfitters pulling back a little bit there. All right, maybe a point for entry if anyone's interested in that. Good volume, good earnings, it looks like. Very good growth. So that's very good. Very good right there in Urban Outfitters. You got MyGen popping, or Myriad, I'm sorry. Myriad popping. Momo out of a lower channel, popping higher here on earnings. Could be very healthy. What's up, Paul? Good morning. How you doing, buddy? Whiting Petroleum, WLL, we talked about popping above this trend line here, and you see right there sitting. So WLL is potentially buyable. It'd be a very early buy, but you have a stop loss down here at about, oh, it's 10%. Eek, that's low. How can you join Slack, Alec? I don't have a stock Slack chat room. I've got a crypto Slack chat room. If you don't know, you can. I also do cryptos, real-crypto. That's my main channel. I'm trying to build up the stock community so people know about the market and are less fudded against it. It's pretty much what I'm doing here. But you're welcome to join the crypto Slack chat room. Actually, you can go to my website, real-crypto.com. Go to my homepage here, and there's the free chat room. You sign up right there. Boom, boom, boom. Subscribe. It'll give you the link to the chat room. And Eli and I have known each other now for a while, so he's become a friend, and we do some stuff together. That's why you hear me talking to him about Slack chat room, about spreadsheets and stuff. So Paul right there also is a member of the real crypto community, and he also built. Is that where's the? I don't have the alerts there, Paul. I don't keep them open. Yep, there is a stock. Absolutely, there is a stock channel in there, Paul. You're right. You are correct. If I should have a crypto channel and should I have a stock channel, where's the? Hey, Paul, are those crypto alerts? Those are. Do you still upkeep that list for the Crypto Power Hour? You still keep that in that list, or has that kind of waned away a little bit? I'm wondering because you had a spreadsheet you were pulling the stuff off of, and you were doing it manually. I wonder if that's what I'm thinking. So it's all in one place because I'm in and out, I'm doing all these things, and I kind of forget about it. Yeah, we probably should. We probably should move it to. Maybe I'll make a new one. Just call it alerts. I could do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Paul. I was thinking if we linked it up to my spreadsheet, and I kind of I guess did a little more work. We already have power hour like 1.5 to 2 hours. So there's my spreadsheet, Paul. We could. I know you have a buy point thing over here. Maybe we can after the power hour today. After the power hour today, maybe we can do a migration into this spreadsheet. And I think this is editable for everyone, Paul. Yeah, column E. Yeah, this should be editable by everyone in the power hour. So if you wanted to kind of set it up, or if you wanted to change it to fit your program, yeah, I think. Well, you just said column E, so column E and A. Yeah, if you wanted to commandeer this and kind of maybe change the format a little bit, I'm not really super attached to much in the spreadsheet. Oh, okay, Alec. Yeah, stocks are way better. Well, I don't know about way better. I mean, man, crypto's fun. I just got to say, crypto's awesome. But something. Now that I've been trading crypto for over a year now, it's kind of one of those situations where going back to stocks just feels like going back home. At least for me. A lot of people, it will feel very foreign, and I get that as well. But you do get to sleep when you trade the stock market. Like, Bitcoin moved last night. I was riding bikes with my kids. Couldn't do anything about it. Had to wait an hour and a half to live stream about it. And anyway. So yeah, let's do that, Paul. Let's do that. That's long overdue. That's all my fault. But it is long overdue. So let's do that. Let's do this. If you want to do it before you're probably working though, so never mind. Yeah, let's figure out a plan to do that. Let's try to do it today or tomorrow. I don't think it will be too bad. And then we'll just make a new channel. And then what I'll do is I'll just send the Power Hour subscribers a link to it. How's that? Keep it within the group. Why not? Actually, we already have a community tab. But you know what I'll do? We got a lot of channels in this mofo. A lot of channels. All right, we'll figure that out. Let me get back. Let's see what stocks are doing. And then stocks are real crypto. That's good, Eli. What am I doing up here? Yeah, look at Bitcoin. Wasn't interested in rallying after that move yesterday. Didn't really rally at all. Wow, rallied a little bit. We actually did a live stream yesterday, if you guys saw. And yeah, Eli, you popped in for a minute. Remember, we had this little pop-up here. And look at that, not interested. Not interested in going higher at all. Just immediately rolled over. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Don't get super excited, guys. There's that. Remember we talked about the bear flag? Remember we talked about that a long time ago, guys? The bear flag in Bitcoin? Remember we talked about the proportion drop to the length of the bear flag? There you go. There you go. Man. All right, let's get back to see what the market's moving. See, WLL, I kind of like WLL here, Eli. I kind of like it. Rounded top, but we went into a flat declining thing there. And there's doing that thing, and oil's doing something, and all these things are thinging together. And could be good for a thing. You never know. BE up 2.35. Ooh, everything went red. B breaking out from its little trend line there. Let's see if I have options in B. Bloom Energy. God, I love this company, man. Like, seriously. I really love this company. It's so awesome. They do such good things. If you would make your thing for a house, I would have one. Sons of bitches. Sorry, I'm yelling at a screen. Yelling at... Still got RH there, Eli? You're welcome. Yeah, I kind of love that thing right now. Oh, my wife owns Tesla. ANFI, LL, EC. My EC's moving. Let's take a second look at EC. You guys haven't seen a lot about it, but it's been on my watch list for a little while. As you can see, we had a huge move from 10 to 24. Now, this is typically where this probably would be one of those super stocks, if you will, right about here at about the $12 level. Boom, you get a double out of it in about 8 months. Shut up, Eli. Shut up. So, yeah, if you guys want to do voice command trading, control your wife's account and just tell her what to do. Works out great. So you can see EC right there. Looks like it's pulling out of a base-on-base pattern. We got a... Ooh, there's a nice cup with handle. Beautiful cup with handle right there. Look at that. Cup, handle. And now what we have is... This is called a base-on-base. So this is where you have a cup and handle, then it rallies, but doesn't go very far. Goes up about 14%, then starts to base again. This is an accumulation pattern, and it's fairly rare. It's fairly rare, and for a recent mover from basically nothing into something, could prove to be very lucrative. As a matter of fact, Eli, I've got EC in the spreadsheet, or in the program, in StockShed. And what we're looking at here, I have it going to 28. And if you take it out till 2019 February, still pretty good, pretty good price percentages there. So, yeah, I really like that, and it's cheap too. You're looking at pretty cheap options. 25.70 would be your break even. Way high. If we're looking for something a little more modest, going into... We're looking at break evens of 22.40, 114% gain. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's go look at EC again. I had them. I looked at them a while ago, and I really like their fundamentals. I think. 69 makes me rethink my statement there. Like I said, look at too many stocks. Number 3 in the oil and gas, which is number 114. So, that's why I liked them. 3 years, EPS growth rate very good. 3 quarters EPS growth rate 700%. Go away, IBD. 270% EPS change current quarter. ROE sucks. Pre-tax margin sucks. Sales is pretty good. 2 consecutive years of EPS growth rate. 76% year-over-year growth rate in terms of EPS, which is good. And we've got 11% funds owning stock, 3 quarters. So it's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of red dots there. So maybe not quite as good, but number 3 up there with Marathon Oil, which is pretty good. But I mean, either way, the chart looks gangbusters. Good. Look at that big volume. Oh no, this is not the one where the big volume was in the low. Yep, this is the big volume. This is the low. So a little bit after, but still the still right there. Look at that beautiful little trend line. It had another little one here like that. You can see it just kind of rallied through it. Had a 1 or 2 kind of consolidation days. 50-day moving average right there getting support. We're going to see expansion here of the moving averages, which is always healthy. Right now the 10 and the 50 are on top of each other, so keep an eye out for this. But all right, guys, I got to get ready. Got to get the kids ready for school. Eli will work on that stock sheet later today. I want to get that going so I can make this more freaking professional. It's really pissed me off. I've seen about 10 stocks that I like move, and I'm going to figure out why the hell that happened. So, all right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.